I was a little conscious and worried about that being called either Salim Khan's son or Salman Khan's brother, or probably at one time Malaika, Arora's husband. She is somebody who can, like pull him up a lot more than I do. Okay. I'm a little indulgent as a father. I want to see him get everything he wants and be happy. Sometimes I can be a little indulgent. Not a very good thing though. You don't have to carry this supposed legacy of, being in the film industry because your grandfather was in the film industry, your chacha was there. No, there's no pressure. I'll just choose the time at which when I would want to do what. Acting is something I'll never want to give up unless people throw me out and say, no, we are not giving you work.
Hi Arbaaz, welcome to ETimes. How are you?
Thank you, I'm good.
So, firstly, a huge congratulations for Tanaav.
Thank you.
We have seen you playing cops, soldiers, CBI officers quite a few times, and now, since you are playing a special unit officer in Tanaav, was it a cakewalk for you to get into the
No, it wasn't. So, the fact that when you keep doing roles which are pretty much in the same mold, it becomes far more challenging each time you do it because you need to vary it and you need to add a newer dimension. True. Otherwise, you'll end up performing or looking the same way, which is what we don't want. So in that, I got a lot of help from our director, Sudhir Mishra, and also Sachin, who directed quite a few of the episodes. So they had a very clear vision of how they wanted to interpret my character and how they were going to work with me to get what they wanted.
Okay.
So I was quite lucky that with the understanding that I had of the role and the way the scenes were shot, I was very confident that I was in good hands in terms of how my character and how my performance was going to be, got out of me.
So, Arbaaz, time and again, you have given us so many memorable characters with your films and shows. So, how has your creative process been in selecting scripts in general?
So, let's just say that, in my career as an actor, I've had some really good choices and some really good films which were a no-brainer, which I didn't need too much of thinking to do when I had to select them. But there were times in my life where, I had to pick something out of the lot that I was getting because, I'm an actor who constantly needs to, work and probably hone his skills, and I can't even be sitting and waiting in the wings and saying, I'll just wait for the next big thing to come. I believe in the process. I don't believe in just waiting for some magical thing to happen. I think magical things happen when you do it. They just don't happen when you wait for it, right?
Exactly.
So for me, I have a constant process to do it. So I had to be very mindful about what offers I got, and I used to do the best. So whatever you see, trust me, that's probably whatever was given to me amongst the best at that point in time. So it was not a very easy journey. It was quite a checkered career at times where I had my highs, I had my lows. But I think I enjoyed the process. Then I turned producer, I was lucky, movie did well. Eventually I turned director, and now, I do something like what you do, talk show host, interview people. So I've done quite a few things in the last couple of years, and I've enjoyed each process and enjoyed donning each hat, for that matter. If you ask me which one of it I really like doing, I think I like doing all of it. And I'll just choose the time at which when I would want to do what. Acting is something I'll never want to give up unless people throw me out and say, no, we are not giving you work. But it's not something that I don't want to do.
That will not happen also.
So that is something that I want to continue doing. That is something that is why I have a foothold in the industry. That was my foot in the door getting into the industry as an actor. And yes, so I also am learning, maturing as an actor, looking for good roles, good directors, so that, maybe I can keep getting better at what I do.
So do you feel social media has also played a very significant role in enhancing one's stardom? And as someone who's not very active out there, has it affected you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think social media is going to either enhance somebody's... I don't think it has enhanced either Shah Rukh, Salman, Amir, Akshay, Ajay Devgan, Hrithik Roshan's stardom more because they've been active on social media. In fact,
they were all legends pre-social media.
No, in fact, if it was the case, each one would have been far more active than... Amir is not even on social media. Half the time Salman does the tweets and Instagrams which are work-related. And, Akshay is very...
Even you are quite similar,
I'm very
only work-related.
So if that was the magic that really takes your career forward, I think nobody's foolish enough not to use it.
Yeah.
The reason that they're not using it is because they realize, we understand the bigger game. You know, it's okay. It's necessary. It's like, you know, use it to your advantage, but that is not the reason. You know, there are so many people who've got millions of followers, and one would think that they've probably got more followers than the stars.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that tomorrow you make a movie with them and people will throng to the theaters to go see them. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
People can have 20 million followers, and they do. Try making a movie with them and putting it in the theater.
It might not
People
work.
with 2 million followers have got a bigger respectability or audience, and, you know, to go to a theater than that. So that's not the right barometer or to judge whether, you know, you're a star or not. That's a part of some kind of, you know, popularity or something that they appreciate about you, but that does not really translate into the fact that it kind of underlines the fact that you're a star. Or movie star or a film star or whatever.
You know, not just your professional life, your personal life often piques interest, and especially for your family lineage. So does it get overwhelming to you?
Not anymore.
So has your relationship with your brothers been affected due to the media or public care, or
Never.
how do you look at it?
Never. I think people would think that, you know, any kind of adversities or any kind of problems happen would probably tear people apart. In fact, they bring you closer. You know, whenever there is a kind of a scenario which seems like a problem, it only brings people, family or people who care, closer to each other.
True.
Because in good times, everybody is okay, yeah, he's happy, he's taking care of himself, everything's happening. When does one come close to somebody is when something goes wrong, right? So
Yeah.
I guess we all are aware of that in our family. So we let each other be. We don't interfere in each other's personal lives, and we don't but whenever we enjoy each other's happiness also. But if there's a problem, I think that's where we actually show our unity.
Okay. You know, has there also been an incessant need for you to stand out and create your own identity and not let other labels define you?
There was a time when I was a little conscious and worried about that, because that came for no reason, and it didn't make sense, and that used to bother me at times. I understand what you're asking me is like being called either Salim Khan's son or Salman Khan's brother, or probably at one time Malaika, Arora's husband for that matter. But, you know, I guess there are things that you can't change people's mindsets. So all you got to do is just concentrate on yourself, and you don't need to prove anything to anybody. You don't need to, you know. I mean, to say the exercise of proving things to people is such a futile exercise.
True.
It's exhausting.
It's taxing also.
Yeah, it's exhausting. It's like, how long will you do that? How long can you do that? How much can you do that? And to what degree and extent will you do that? And when will you be satisfied? What do you really want? Or you want you want to please a million people? Between pleasing a million people and pleasing one person, who would you choose? One person, and that one person is you.
You matter yourself the
Right.
most. Exactly.
So imagine trying to make a dish to make 1 million people happy and say, I take an answer from everybody, are you liking it? Are you liking it? And just from one person, are you liking it? And he likes it, and that's it.
Yeah.
That one person is you.
True.
The day you are happy with your existence, the day you are happy with what you've achieved, the day you are happy with where you are in terms of your life, I guess that's it.
True.
That's it. I mean, to say everything is so transient, you know. I mean, success is so transient, and you can't even live on your success. Like, if that was so easy, then I didn't need to work. I had done some really good films as an actor, and I had done Dabang. So if that is it, then I should just retire, no?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly.
You have to forget just like how you have to forget your success, you have to forget your failures also. You just have to brush it aside, and you just have to keep moving.
You know, if Arhaan was to step into films tomorrow as a father and as well as a senior actor, what advice would you give him?
Honestly, I wouldn't really scare him, you know, because there's a normal tendency of parents to, you know, this is profession, you have to be careful, this is what can happen, you can be a failure, you can do that. I wouldn't do that. I think people, whoever, even if it's your child, we underestimate our children's intelligence or what they want in life, and we try to kind of influence or guide them, you know.
Yeah.
You're just supposed to support their dreams. You're not supposed to influence them, right? At that time, I said, no, why are you doing this? You should do that. Why are you doing that? He'll listen. He's my child. He'll listen, and I'll just distract him. So the point is that, you know, when you have that power, you should know how to use it, because they are vulnerable. At that point in time, if I say, no, you'll not be an actor, I'll squash his dreams. Or I say, no, you will not do this, or you can't do that. He probably will listen to me, you know, and he might be disgusted at some stage in his life. He says, my father didn't. So the point is that if something drives him, if he's passionate about it, it could be anything. I mean, he could want to be a chef for all I care. You know, and he says, listen, I'm really passionate about wanting to start a restaurant. I want to be a chef. Great. You don't have to carry this supposed legacy of, you know, being in the film industry because your grandfather was in the film industry, your chacha was there. No, there's no pressure. There's no, and it should not be also. So I just let him be.
So what's the difference in your approach of parenting when compared to Malaika? You know, who's more strict, or do you let him off the hook easily?
No, I don't think she's also strict, but I am definitely not strict.
Okay.
But I think she is somebody who can, you know, like pull him up a lot more than I do.
Okay.
I'm a little indulgent as a father. I'm a little pampering, and I'm a little, you know, I get swayed, and I just like want to please him, you know, for everything. I just, the only boy that we have and the only child that I have, I'm a little, I don't know, I want to see him get everything he wants and be happy. Sometimes I can be a little indulgent. Not a very good thing though. But he's a good boy. So I don't fear that, you know, that he kind of misuses that little bit of, you know, extra attention or the extra things that I do for him.
Yeah.
He's a good boy, yeah.
I read somewhere that the pandemic actually changed us as people, and and it somewhere allowed us to understand ourselves a lot better. So, you know, what have the last 2 years been for you?
It has been, I think, yeah, you're right. It has been learning for a lot of people, right? The things that we took for granted, the things that we thought were necessary, how we came to know that, oh my God, things that we thought we could never live without, how we could manage to do all of that.
Yeah.
So circumstances and situations have taught you so much, and they've made you realize that necessity is important. It's not the extravagance and the luxury and the, you know, so many things that you realize that you don't need.
Yeah.
They were just extra
Unnecessary stuff.
in your life. So many things that you were just doing for the heck of it, you know. And you realize that you don't need that kind of stuff. You're just engaging in it. You're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your money. You're just wasting so many things on it, emotions on it, yeah.
Thank you so much, Arbaaz, for doing this with me. I had a great time chatting with you, and I really look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Please do watch, and hope you like it, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.